Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are having an amazing weekend. I am filming this on a Wednesday, not gonna lie. We've got pretty good at filming our stuff ahead of time, and it makes things a whole lot less stressful for myself, Michael, Erin and Kate, and my Kate as well, both Kates, because I'm not basically running into Friday with I need to film a Sunday and a chicken, and then I need to film 10, and then we need to do all the other things. And if you are a Patreon supporter or a YouTube channel member, you will notice that videos have been coming out a little bit more reliably. That is why. But that's not what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about, well, I want to talk to you about plastic. See, we all use way too much plastic. I'm probably wearing a significant amount of plastic right now. We buy things from the supermarket. It very often comes in plastic. We buy bottles of things to use in our home that come in plastic. When we're out and about, if we buy a snack, it comes in plastic. That plastic is not good for the planet. And while there are biodegradable plastics that are now coming onto the market, it's sometimes difficult to identify which are which. Recycling for plastics, certainly here in Oregon, is okay, but in some parts of the US, it's very much hit and miss. And even here, if we want to do curbside recycling, I think there's only 2 different types of recyclable plastic that we can put in our recycling bin, along with all of our paper and cardboard and stuff. And so it makes more sense to not use plastic. It's something that we've been working really hard on this year, and I'm curious to know how you tackle those single-use or low reuse plastics. One of the things that we've tried to do is to use alternatives to what we would have got in plastic. So instead of buying shampoo and conditioner, we've switched, last year in fact, we switched back to using shampoo and conditioner bars that come in paper that you can put straight in the recycling. The bars are like soap bars that I remember growing up with as a child. I buy my soap from a local vendor that doesn't even wrap it up. It literally is just a chunk of soap. I put it in a shopping bag, take it home and put it up next to the shower, and that's what we use. So soap bars, conditioner bars, shampoo bars. If you're doing your legs or whatever, that you can buy shaving bars for people who shave their faces. Shaving bars, again, reduce a lot of the plastics that traditionally these things come in. The downside is that they're very often more expensive, but at the end of the day, I think that it's a sacrifice worth making if you can afford it, to help reduce your plastic output. Even our dog shampoo is a bar product. So we've done away with having dog shampoo in a little squeezy bottle, and it's just something that you lather up and you put on the dogs and keep them clean that way. Although one of my dogs treats the current doggy shampoo as an edible treat, which is not necessarily a good thing. We are working with her to fix that. Sodas, another thing that comes very often in plastic bottles rather than glass bottles. But my partner, who likes caffeinated beverages, caffeinated fizzy beverages, tries very hard to buy soda cans rather than bottles, because soda cans can be more easily recycled here. They are less damaging. As long as they get recycled, they can be used more times than a lot of plastics can. Toilet rolls. You know, you go to a supermarket, you buy a roll of loo rolls. They come in massive plastic wrapped containers. We actually use a mail order company. This is not endorsed, but we use Who Gives a Crap, which is an Australian company, I believe. They do recycled toilet paper, and everything comes in a cardboard box, and it's recyclable packaging. And again, we started doing that in COVID, actually, as a response to the toilet paper pandemic problems that existed. And then we didn't stop. We just kept doing it because it was more convenient. So we cut down our plastic that way. The other thing that we try to do is, you know, if we go to the supermarket, my wife doesn't do this as much as I do, but if I go to the supermarket and I buy fruit and vegetables that do not need a plastic bag to hold them, I won't put them in a plastic bag. If there is a paper bag, I will buy a paper bag, or I will use a paper bag instead. That is a lot better, I think, in a lot of ways than using these single-use plastics. But if we do get a single-use plastic, we recycle it and use it as a trash bag or a bin bag before we get rid of it. So we are trying very hard. I know, you know, working in the automotive space, there's a lot of plastics in my F-150 Lightning behind me. I know that. But if we can reduce our single-use plastics, I think it just feels a lot better. And of course, shopping locally increases the likelihood that you're going to be not using a lot of those single-use plastics that so very often transport themselves around the world, end up in our oceans and cause all kinds of problems. Use a reusable water bottle. Things like ketchup and other condiments. If there is a glass bottle variant of the thing that you want to buy, consider getting the glass bottle instead of the plastic bottle. I don't know if I'm the only person who's become a little anally retentive about this. So that's the purpose behind this video, because I'd love to know, are we alone? Are we the only people who do this, or are you doing it as well? As usual, if you want to leave your thoughts in the comments section, I will love to read them there. You can also drop us a polite note in our Discord chat room. You can reach out to us on Mastodon, or like I say, on the YouTube channel video here, or also on the PeerTube video here, depending on whether you're watching this on PeerTube or watching it on YouTube. If you want more from this channel, subscribe, hit the bell, and follow the links below to regularly support us with a YouTube membership if you like YouTube, or a Patreon subscription if you'd like to support us in a different way. You'll also find our links to Ko-fi, Bitcoin and Swag Store below, as well as the links to our PeerTube and our Mastodon server. Scrolling on my right is a list of amazing charged up supporters, and shout outs go out to our V2G Patreon supporters. They are Alan Tupper, Andrew Martin, Bennett Elder, Brophy Wolf, Chris Maxwell, Cyprian Laplace, Dan Blair, Gordon C, Hey Esker, John Tramal, Carl Fox, Mark Eggleton, Peter Dillinger, Regine Fellows, Sean Tucker, Stefan Fremgen, Stephen Williams, Taslet in the Gong, Paul Bricknell, Tony Moss, Carl Hodgson, Chris Asentar, Denny Hyde, Lance Schlall, Linda Irish, Mike Weeder and Paul Nelson. And finally, big thanks to our off-grid supporters. They are Paul Conway, Kevin Brobridge, Stephen O'Donoghue, Jim Burness, Robert Flannery, Aaron Hahn, Ellery Hensley, Rory Litwin, JP Fagerback, Dave Kitchen, Andrew Glenn, Anonymous Freak, Chris and Michael Johnson, Clay Witt, CPU Freak 101, Eric Knack, Joe Bresney, John Henderson, Laura Reynolds, Marcel Ward, Matthew Drobnak, Nigel S, Reggie Watts, Oil Graylin, and of course, Ian. Don't forget that we make videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday on our main channel. And then on a Sunday, you can come join us here for our Chicken and Garden Update, which you should totally go and watch if you haven't already. And of course, our Sunday Musing. Whatever you enjoy next, whatever you do next, I hope the rest of your day is a great one. And as always, keep evolving.